Hello, everyone, and welcome to Three Sheets One Shot with my wonderful, you don't even know how wonderful, co-host, Joe. How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing well. They'll probably know how wonderful here in a little while.
I know this
we got a
big announcement
coming. We got a massive
announcement.
Not yet. You don't ever lead with your strongest point.
Oh.
We're gonna give you a bunch of what
are we gonna do?
First,
oh, okay. I like that idea. Keep them in suspense.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Quickly, someone go get Rainick.
Suspense. That's what we're gonna call it. Yes, suspense. Sure.
I just heard Rainick come in. Hey, Rainick.
Hi, Rainick.
You have the longest greeting by Sir Mimsy ever in the history of Sir Mimsy greetings. Let's get 55 minutes of filler out of the way and get to the announcement. Yeah, exactly. Hey. First of all, I have once again updated Ammonrath, and I wanted to show that, so it's on the screen right now. I want to show it to you. Plus, I also updated the overlay with a new. I'm looking at it to my right. You guys are seeing me look to the right. I'm looking at it over there. It is. It's got the new logo on it. I know you all, Mr. Mimsy, but I wanted to go with more D&D-ish style logo. So I put my avatar on there as Delmore did it as a draft before she colored it in. And I also put a little scrap of paper at the bottom to show that you guys are supplying all the words and filler and parts to this story. So when you type, it appears on that paper, and of course we're reading every line, aren't we, Joe? I can't even,
yes.
I can't even see it.
We are, of course.
I'm like squinting.
What?
Let me get my readers on. That's better. Yeah, free Mimsy. There you go. I need to free Mimsy. He's been denied. Anyway, I changed up the map. As you can see, I've had a little blue to the north, because guess what? Last week we traveled very far north into a newly found area called Wildenoth, and it's over there at the upper west side, northwest side. And we visited a city called, or really a village called Crescent, where Crescent ore is mined. And it is right next to the Mist Inlet, which, by the way, the locals call a Mist Inlet. I thought it was pretty clever. And so I added those there. But in addition to that, because the Banana Brothers are constantly rewriting the map to Ammonrath, or opening up new areas, and this is what we're doing in lieu of a recap because reasons. I'll tell you why in a minute. I have named some more places on the map and written a lot more backstory and history of these parts, which you'll hear soon. But first of all, one of the things that happened in the Banana Brothers on Tuesday night is that they were going to the theater. They were going to go to a karaoke night. It was innocent. They were actually entered into a contest to see who could win of the amateurs, because the professionals were all there. I sang 3 times. And so they entered the contest, and it was a great night. Laughter and all sorts of fun stuff happened. But there was one performer that Ukokna, believe it or not, Anshoku rolled a nat 20 on this perception check, identified as his old childhood friend, Milan. And I know, right? A nat 20. I'm like, really? And so he discovered that this was his old friend Milan from a goblin friend from Faru Zarad. I think that's how he's pronouncing it. I don't know. He made it up. And it's down there, which I had to redraw that part of the map, in a goblin village, sort of actually the opposite end of the realm from Crescent, where we were last week. It is a goblin village just east of Mixbury, which is where Ukokna's from. If you look there on the map. And you know what I did? I made my pointer bright pink. Do you see the pointer?
Oh, I wonder what that was.
I know, isn't that? Yeah. Now everyone can see it and follow along. So it's right down here, in the southeast corner-ish of the map.
Now, if we ever have like a sing along, you can have your cursor bounce along
I
to
could
the
do that.
to the.
That's a good idea. I like that. So that meant that body of water needed a name, and I put it out to my Patreon bonus content, and no one responded. So I took it upon myself to name it And I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Expanse on is it Netflix? I don't know. It's
The sci-fi show.
yeah. It's fantastic. The writers are, it's just awesome. And Crow and I love it. In fact, we're just in the middle of it. Can't wait to watch more. But there's a cast member named Cass Anvar, and he is a huge D&D nerd. So guess what I named it? I named it the Anvar Expanse. Isn't that clever? I was patting myself on the back all day for that. What else did I name? Because of the Banner Brothers were in Tarathiel, they visited the Bridgewater. Oh, that was 2 weeks ago. Bridgewater Cops in Greenspire Village, and so that was 2 weeks ago. That's been added. What else did I add? Seems like
they have like a legitimate cops episode. Like they go like, oh no, cops. Never mind. Nope, that's my bad. First one of the night. I don't know.
Hey, Anchoku, welcome to the stream. And he's not intentionally lurking. Okay.
It's just a happy accident.
Just a happy accident. That's fine. I'm not going to give away any spoilers. What you see here is actually the master player map, not the master DM map. Only the DMs get a copy of the DM map, which has alternate information on it for certain things happening in the world that only the DMs know about.
Yeah, like the mountains are purple.
Oh, that's on there. It's been on there.
Sorry, spoiler warning.
Spoiler alert. So are the forests, actually. What else? Oh, I know what else I added. Do you see in Mist Inlet, which is near Crescent?
Can you zoom in?
Yeah, absolutely. I can zoom in if I tried harder.
Let's have a zoom in. Let's have a zoom in on it.
Oh, I gotta zoom in better than this. Zoom. Can I do higher than 200? Yeah.
You should be able to do just whatever you.
Oh, I'm just gonna type in 300. That's a big old cursor. All right, so right here, do you see Mist Inlet right here? Oh, let me click out of it so you can see the cursor.
Oh yeah, look at that, way up there. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. The cursor's not working now. I don't know. Anyway, way up there, you see Mist Inlet, like I said, as the people from Crescent say, and then but you see this whirlpool there. Guess what? It's almost the same exact style of whirlpool that took out Miramore.
Dun dun dun!
Cue danger music. I'm gonna get back to my.
Not the danger music.
No.
No.
Joe.
What are we ever gonna do?
I don't know.
It's
danger music. Okay, so anyway, what else did I add? I think that's it. I mean, I kind of cleaned it up a little bit. And I made it a little bit darker so you could see it better on the stream. But I'm really happy with this. Of course, it's going to change tomorrow when I write more of the story because I'm not done yet.
Yeah, we're going to change it tonight.
Oh, I know what else I added.
Change it tonight.
I know what else I added. Oh, yeah, we are going to change it tonight, aren't we? Because we're going to discover a new location down by Stonebridge. And we're going to get to that in a minute. I also added the Goblin Kingdom of Veth.
Oh, look at that.
I know. And those of you who watch Critical Role know what I'm talking about. I also added, do you know the MC, the Dragonborn MC in last night? I mean, in Tuesday night during Banana Brothers when they were the MC who was running the show.
I remember him, but you'll have to refresh my memory.
Dachshund was his name. He is from Hawk Grove, and so of course I had to find a place on the map for Hawk Grove, and guess what I did? I put it in right there. I wish I had the arrow. Why is the arrow not working? Oh, there it is. Right there, Hawk Grove. Just a little northwest of Mayston, near Miramore.
I like that. I also like how like the little mountain range there between Mayston and Hawk Grove has got like a nice little pass.
Yeah.
Right about where Hawk Grove is that you can cross through the mountain.
Oh yeah, maybe there's a tunnel. But Hawk Grove is the home of the Dragonborn. And they are they're ruled by Queen Samala. And the reason why Samala, the name Samala is important, is because if you take Tal Malitris and Samala, there's a code in there.
All right, everyone, get out your Little Orphan Annie decoder rings.
I know, right? I have a prize for whoever can tell me what Samala, and I'll spell it in chat. And I'll give you one hint. There's one extra letter.
Is it be sure to drink
your Ovaltine?
A commercial?
Well, I guess I'll send you the dice bag. No, that's not what it is. So you have to figure it out. But Talmalitris and Samala together mean something. Okay, so that's it for the map. So let's get to our story. And I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to quit. That was our recap, right? But I wanted to show you how far I've gotten on last week's story. And I was telling Joe earlier that I haven't had a chance to complete it yet. But here's how far I've gotten on it. Scroll, scroll, scroll. First of all, I did change the logo. Ta-da! There's the new map. And then it's called Abominably Cold-Hearted. And I did draw using...
Great name.
I like that. You guys helped me come up with that. That was perfect. I did come up with a close-up of Crescent, which is right there. Go ahead.
No, that map right there, that map of this town of Crescent.
Yes.
That's a really nice looking map, Anne.
Thank you.
By any chance, are you using a particular type of software?
Absolutely, I am,
that you wouldn't
Joe.
mind telling?
Thank you for asking. I use Incarnate. I have the Pro subscription, which is a very, very easy to afford $25 a year. And look at all these maps.
It almost pays for itself.
By the way, Incarnate does not sponsor this show. They did not ask us to say anything. This just sort of went this way.
We're so terribly professional.
We are so awesome. But look at all these maps I have that I've created, including Amenrath, and there's Crescent, and I actually did a close-up. You know what? What I should do, I should show you the close-up of Wildenoth. Check this out. This is really cool. It's the close-up of that top area in Amenrath that has its loading. It takes a minute. I have a lot of maps on here. But isn't this really cool? It's
Look at that.
See, there's Crescent there, and there's the mine. The one mine that's left, according to the story, there were other mines for these very cold blue crystals, which is also called crescent ore. But they are now under the icy, frigid waters that is now being swirled about by this whirlpool in Mist Inlet. Yep, and there's the trail. I was pointing to it with my finger. You can't see that.
It is. Right there. I can point to it.
Yeah, so you can point to it. See the little plus sign? It's this little trail right here is where our intrepid adventurers had to get through this rough terrain to help the villagers out. You had also decided that Crescent is home to Goliaths.
Sure.
Another decision we made. Yeah. Yep.
Why not?
I love having executive decisions. They're pretty cool.
We've got lots of dogs. We've got probably Kinkus around here somewhere.
We have Aarakocra, but I don't have Kenku.
Aarakocras,
yeah,
that's close.
All right, so let's get to our story, shall we?
Let's.
Here's what I was thinking. Here's the map again, and we've got this Nicosia dynasty because we have a lot of stuff happening over here. And I thought we could go back to the Nicosia dynasty, mostly because it's not a lot going on that we've identified there, but also because I already had a map. Here's a close-up of the Nicosia dynasty. Again, Incarnate. And here's an even closer up of this very southernmost island independent kingdom. It's humans, called Stonebridge. And this is where when I first started DMing, this is where Del Mori's character is from. Churchchild. What's her first name? I can't remember, but her last name was Churchchild. She was abandoned there. But there it is. This is Stonebridge, the whole island. And this is the cat. I don't know why my cursor's not showing the pink like it's supposed to. Stupid cursor thing. I don't know what's going on. Oh, there it is. Nope. Where'd it go? Anyway, this is the Lady Rayla, which we wrote about last year during 3 Sheets during one of our things. Lady Rayla or Rayna, I can't remember. Curse that.
It was the one about the
with Rickman.
No, yeah, Rickman.
Yeah, Rickman's Files, named after a certain character in a Potter movie. And but this whole island I went ahead and drew, and only kind of 90% of it happened sort of in this upper mesa of this island. But look, there's a cave right here we could explore. There's a shipwreck down here in this sort of a low land tropical area. There's a couple shipwrecks. We could call this Shipwreck Cove right here.
There's like a little village there in the swamp. Look at that.
Where do you see the village in the swamp?
Right
oh,
up,
ruins.
Just up north of the pirate ship.
Yeah, those are ruins. I forgot to put those there. There's a crack in a fissure in the earth right here. Something.
You made them.
What did I what?
You made the map. Oh, look at that! It's a surprise. I didn't know that was there.
I made this map.
Okay, so
surprise! There's a fissure there. So we could write about any of these here. Oh, this is a quarry too, by the way. This is called Stonebridge because of the Stonebridge. Duh. But this is a quarry, and one of the rocks that they pull out of the quarry they actually use and transport. It's a valuable rock. It's just quarried rock, but it's valuable because it's apparently very sturdy. I don't know. We'll make something up. So what do you guys think? Should we have a work out of where's the brewery? I don't know. It's in there somewhere. It's up north. It's in it's here in the Netherwork Mines and Dyrebrook. This is where all the breweries are. So I think we should write down there. But what do you guys think? And if so, what part? Maybe I should scroll back so you guys can choose. What part of this Stonebridge should we write about? What interests everybody? Maybe not a brewery in Choku. Anyone else? Joe, what do you think?
I'm kind of digging that ruined those ruins in the swampland over there.
Absolutely.
You know, who knows what that could be?
Yeah, it could be Castle. Oh.
Sure. Sure.
I'm kidding. We might be sued. But no, it could be any. We could make it any kind of ruins. Should we make this one a dungeon crawl? Should we make it a hack and slash? Should we make it a mystery or a rescue?
Now, admittedly, mysteries are my weak point. I do not do mysteries. I bury the lead.
They take a lot of thought. Yeah, they're hard to do because it's almost like you start from the end and work your way forward. And I've done 1 or 2, but you're right, that is harder. So in the hour 40 minutes we have left, maybe we should just stick to a dungeon crawl.
Sure.
All right, so
Works for me.
let's work in the ruins. So we're gonna skip around. We always never start at the beginning of our template here. We always skip around. So the environment is going to be in Stonebridge. The ruins on the south coast, near just north of the shipwrecks, right? Perfect.
And in fact, you know what we could do?
Yeah.
You know what we could even do to incorporate the shipwrecks?
What?
We could have, we always want to try and incorporate at least a twist.
Of course.
What if the quest starts out by going to one of the shipwrecks, but then the shipwreck has either been looted or we find more information at the shipwreck that then sends us to the ruins.
I like that.
And perhaps.
Or maybe it lures people in because the treasures are still there, but the treasures are illusions or something.
Could be. Yep.
With merfolk, or I was thinking sirens. Is there sirens? Are there sirens in this game?
I believe so.
I am a pro at Dungeons and Dragons. I know everything. Are there sirens in this game?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we could make this as sirens are level challenge rating 3. So we could make this for level 2 through 4, maybe. Depends on how many players they have. They're Fae, so it could be some sort of portal into the Fae or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there could be there almost has to be a warlock involved now that the Fae are around. But
I like that.
The fact that we're using some Fae means we can just go whole hog on using the rest of the Fae, like fairies.
That's
and,
true.
Like, maybe even put a Baba Yaga. Although I don't know, is Baba Yaga a Fae in 5e?
Let's look.
I can't remember. I forget how they classify Baba Yaga.
I don't know. Let's look. The ruins would be
you tell us.
human.
You tell us.
Human or they could be any of those four because the dwarves land is to the north. Stonebridge is human. They could be something ancient like the Tritons. Dwarven. I like Dwarven ruins too.
There's Sid coming in fast and hard with
Dwarven ruins are the best ruins ever. I think he's a little.
He's practically a dwarf already. Like he's as close to a dwarf as anybody's ever gonna get. Like me and him, we're pretty much the dwarf.
Am I spelling this correctly? I don't think I'm spelling Baba Yaga correctly. I know you guys are both dwarves, so of course you're gonna think that the dwarf ruins are the best ones ever. This Baba, I can't even pronounce it correctly. The creep. Those are 11, maybe not. But there's a fiend. Oh, it's Underdark. But I thought there was. I recognized that.
Let's see what Fae we have access to in 5e.
Yeah, I can do that.
Your hags, your anises, your boggles, pixies, of course. Pixies we know. Quicklings might be fun.
Quicklings.
Dryads. Red caps. Don't forget the red caps.
Oh, red caps are evil.
Meanlocks. They're Fae.
So what we could say is the ruins are there's inside the ruins there's a portal that is allowing the Fae to come in, and the party must destroy it or that's the twist. The parties must destroy it, but the real venture was for them to explore the shipwreck because it recently was discovered that there could still be valuable items still on that ship. Wow.
Oh, so apparently a blink dog is a Fae.
Yeah, I just can't. It's only a quarter CR, but we could throw lots of them at it. Blink dogs are also can be used as pets. They're lawful good. They can be tamed.
Let's see what we have.
I didn't put I did put between 2 and 3 in there. I don't know why it. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Yeah, green hag would be good. So a sea hag is a great idea because the sea hag can blend in with the environment. Can't they shapeshift or something?
I believe so.
Height requirements. But the sirens can call them in, definitely, right? Do they have sirens call or something? Is it just like a siren is it a completely different siren? Like I said, I know everything about Dungeons and Dragons, so of course I should know this already. No, they don't have that. Well, no, they have a. No, that's the stunning.
Oh, and there's the satyr, but they're 1.5.
They're what?
The satyr, they're 1.5 CR. But we're looking at sirens. So we're looking.
I like all of these ideas, and you know what? There's a lot of good chaotic evil ones. Why don't we? Let's open the document again. Let's throw. All right, the twist is going to be that the twist 1 is going to be there's a portal opened in the ruins allowing evil Fae, or Fae don't have to be evil, right? Into Amonrath. Okay, that's the twist.
If there's sirens and there's water, that means there's drowned. That means there's the drowned. That particular type of.
I forgot about that. Good call. Let's look that up.
Very good call, Sid.
I need to take the challenge rating off and just look at these because we could always alter in a homebrew world. I love doing this because, especially my players, 3 out of 4 of my players are dungeon masters, and they've read the monster manual of Volos, Morgan Canis from front to back, so they know all the creatures. So, like the other night when a Chol Spore servant was fighting them, they guessed what it was, but they were like, wait a minute, why is it producing this gaseous cloud? And they were like, wait, maybe that's not what it is. So I was able to kind of homebrew
Absolutely.
different creatures.
Absolutely.
and kind of.
The way I will work it is if I know that my whole party is brand new to D&D.
Yeah.
Like Rainick. Like let's say when
Yeah.
Rainick was playing, when Rainick played D&D
Yeah.
with me, I made sure I kept it as close to the book as possible, so that Rainick, for his first real experience playing D&D, could have a real, true, close to
Yes,
D&D experience.
I agree.
Now, if I was DMing for you and Tranquil and like Rylan
And Drake.
people who have played, and Drake who played a lot of D&D, you better believe we're having gelatinous cubes that are electrical, and we're having gaseous clouds that are sentient. We're having
Oh my gosh! Gaseous clouds.
we're having frost giants that can breathe fire. I'm throwing it all up. You know, it's all going out the window.
That's exactly what you need to do with some of the more knowledgeable DM players, because they do. I don't really know all of them. I'd probably have to look a lot of them up. But okay, so it's called the Drowned. Maybe I'm looking. Oh, I probably need to open it up to all monsters.
Going back to the siren real quick. They have the ability called Sing, which they can do 5 times a day.
Well, now where did you see that? Because I did not see that.
I'm on the D&D wiki.
Okay.
Oh, this is a homebrew. Maybe we shouldn't use this. This is a home. Okay.
No, we can
use this.
Hello. I see a drowned assassin. Ooh, that looks so cool.
It may be under bloated corpse. I can't remember.
It's under drowned assassin. Yeah.
All of the funny, whimsical things D&D makes you say. Hey, have you looked under drowned corpse yet?
Oh, no, I haven't, Joe. Should I do that now?
God.
If anyone
so
is
going
listening.
back to the Sing, I'm quoting here from. What are you looking for?
I don't see corpse.
No. CORPS. I'll Google it here real quick.
Drowned curse, dropped corpse, drones corpse, drowned. Oh, drowned corpses? I don't know. Oh, look at this. We have a Gar Shatterkeel. What is that? Oh, it's from Locantha. I don't have that one yet. I need to beg Crow to buy me that book.
Let's see here.
That'll be on my wish list.
Drowned.
Is it just called
Here
Drowned? Okay. We also have, don't forget, Merfolk and Marrows.
Oh, it's another homebrew. That's where I keep pulling these from without paying attention.
Are you on D&D Beyond?
No, I am on D&D Wiki.
There's a Drowned Blade.
We'll send you the link. Just one.
Oh, there's a bunch of drowned. Okay, yeah, there's a Drowned Blade, a Drowned Assassin, a Drowned I'm not even going to say that correctly. Oh, and I can't tell if it's going to be Matt or they're not on there. A Drowned Ascetic? Is that how you guys would pronounce that? And that's the CR3, so that'd be perfect if we send, 3s and 4s at them. Drowned Master. Ooh, I wonder how big that one is. Oh, that's a level 9. Ooh, that'd be fun. They have life-draining tentacles. I like this. Let's do this. Let's make this an underwater adventure for a high level. What do you say?
Sure.
Yeah. We'll scrap the Fae idea for this one and go back to that. We'll revisit Faes later. I like this drowned idea. Oops. Why am I watching myself? Why do I keep pulling that one up? I keep pulling up the wrong... Oh, it's because I need to be over here. Ugh. Okay. The ruins on the just north of the shipwrecks. No, we're going to do the shipwrecks. Shipwrecks.
Get you a link to the drowned.
South. Okay, thank you.
Oh, it's technically a 4E creature, but that can be changed easily.
Okay. Oh yeah, we'll definitely, if we have to, homebrew it. Unless we make it like for higher level characters.
So, since we're going aquatic creature, let's have a look at Forgotten Realms. Right. So.
On the south coast. Okay. What have they done? They're just attacking the party, right?
Yeah.
They're there to.
Yeah. The party was sent to explore these shipwrecks. We can still use the shipwrecks.
Yep.
Turns out the shipwrecks were not as they seem, and they're just surrounded with
surrounded by the drowned. All the varieties of the drowned. I like that idea. Acetic. Oh, I see. Acetic. Like Anshoku. Thank you for the pronunciation. I was hoping to hear Matt or Marisha say it. Let's see if they do another one. No, they're not doing any of the drowns. I guess Drown Master's easy enough to pronounce for most people.
Well, if we're doing a full-on underwater, we can still have some Fae if we just do the sea hag. She almost has to be included.
I agree.
Because you can't really have yeah.
But that could be a second twist for, how at the end of all my well, if you're a patron, because you see you get the PDF versions of these when they're done in their edited form. If you're a patron Elder Plus, you get all of these. Actually, no, I think any patron. If you in my bonus channel, you get all of these PDFs in their final edited form to use whenever you want in your homebrew, in your games or whatever. But yes, we could definitely do that.
I got it.
Tell
Okay,
me.
let me run this past you. See what you think. You guys listening? See what you everybody listens. You see what you think. Right. So
Yeah.
thank you, Enjoku, for the spelling of the pronunciation of the letters. Thank you.
Should it be a sea hag coven?
No. So here's my idea. Here's my thought.
I'm waiting with bated breath.
In Stonebridge, there is a legend of a shipwreck that is populated by the dead, controlled by a necromancer. Now, Ryland's not
really?
here. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. There's going to be a twist. There's
Okay.
always a twist.
Okay,
You just wait.
Got the twist.
Oh, hi, Sel. Right. So,
Hi, Sal.
so a large standing bounty has been always offered for anyone who goes and clears out the wreckage. Because the wreckage was supposed to be bringing relics, and the relics were lost.
They
So
were
if you go-
abandoned because of this.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes. However, here's the twist. It's not a necromancer. It's the Fae. It's a coven of sea hags
I love it.
who are actually leading the dead. And they're not the dead. They are people who willingly gave themselves over to the Fae. Then wound up turning into the dead anyway. But that's
Okay,
not,
I got you.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
I mean,
Okay.
like, between us, they're totally zombies. But they don't know
We
that.
could do that. Yeah, we could totally make drowned zombies.
Yeah, we could just stat it out.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so we have to get rid of this. Is there a Fae portal? Oh, I started to say that at the end of every story, I always say, but there's still that something that happened, but that's for another day. And I kind of end it with a little ... that ellipsis trailer off thing. So that could be what they see as they're finally defeating the creature is there's still a portal that has to be dealt with, but that's for another day. A Fae portal.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. But that's just the secondary, third twist.
Well, maybe that's the twist. The twist is that the players didn't know anything about these hags, but these hags were actually keeping that portal shut.
Oh.
When in killing them, the portal was opened.
Okay. I see. Okay.
So here's the way it would play out.
Yeah, tell me. I'm going to type this as you do it.
The adventurers are in Stonebridge. They're just hanging out. Maybe this is post another adventure, and this is like the downtime that you want to work into your story anyway.
Sure.
So, in a developed city like Stonebridge, there's a constable, there's a magistrate,
Absolutely.
and they have like standing orders.
Yep.
Look, I need you to kill this boar. Look, I need you to go
Exactly.
and find this bounty, this bandit leader. Right? Well, maybe one of those is this ship.
Yeah.
Chat. We're gonna need the name of a ship. You guys start thinking on that now. I'll
do
keep
that.
talking.
Yeah, do that. Thank you.
So
It's a trick.
there's just a standing order to go and find the wreck of this ship.
I like that.
Many people have gone to find it. A few have come back and they have reported yada 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 that the dead, that the dead take care of the ship. They don't let anybody come near it. Anybody that tries dies. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, what would be communicated to the party is that, this is the dead. This must be a necromancer. But we don't ever say that as DMs.
Okay.
We don't ever tell them that it's a necromancer. It's just that everyone that has ever survived to come back talks about the dead, the drowned sailors swarming over the ship and driving off the people who try and claim the relics that are on the ship.
Okay.
So the party goes, they go to find it. Let's say they're winning the fight. So we would have to make the dead pretty weak.
Yep. Of course.
So they're starting to win the fight. So once they start to win, the hags come out and they see that it's the sea hags that are actually controlling them, because sea hags are intelligence. Yeah, so they would be talking. Right?
I hear you. Yeah. Yeah, the three of them, right? Because it's usually a coven of three.
Oh no, I would have. Well, let's see. There's
we could have 6. We could do it in increments of 3.
Yeah. And what if this is actually something that showed up in our campaign.
He is on fire, folks. Joe is on fire tonight.
They're rare, but when they happen, hang on, we're going for a roller coaster ride.
It's a bumpy ride.
This is actually something that happened in our Storm King's Thunder campaign that you can catch Saturdays at 8, Saturdays at 6 over on Riff and Rabble, twitch.tv/Riff and Rabble.
You can't even talk right now. Yeah, just we'll plug you. Don't worry, because Riff and Rabble is one of the funniest. I was watching the other night, and I swear your dwarf impression, your accent is just on par. It was excellent. All of you guys, all of them, did fantastic voice acting, and it was incredible just listening to all of you. I just loved Dave, Travis, Lauren, all of them. Anyway, good.
So, where was I? Okay, so the hags come out as the yes, yeah. Well, that's the thing. If the hags are in a group larger than 3, here's what I think they could have: giant toads.
Did you say giant toes? Because I think they already have giant toes.
Not giant toads. Toads. Toads.
Giant toads.
Big frogs.
Okay, and tell me why giant toads?
Because they ride them in the water.
Oh,
they're mounts.
As mounts. I love it.
Or Hezro. Well, that's a demon. I'm not sure if the Fae and
demons don't mix typically. But hey, it's Amaranth. Anything could happen.
Yep.
Okay, so they're winning the fight. Let's go back to that. They're winning the fight. The hags come out, and so now the adventurers go, oh crap! It's not just undead and a necromancer. It's now sea hags.
And there could even be a hint. No, that'd be kind of hard to do. No. Strike that. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
I don't know
that
what you want me to strike.
Yeah. Because I started the thought. Got halfway to it in my own head and said nuh-uh, but all you heard was nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh. Okay.
So what if, this is a little cheesy, but what if there's a fight reset? You know how in video games,
I know what you're talking about.
There will be stages to fights. I really enjoy doing that with particular showy fights. Mm-hmm. So let's say when they get to the ship, there's just throwing out a number. It could be really anything, but maybe there's a dozen undead.
Okay.
Right, of various types. And they all just swarm the party and they're fighting. Well, when the sea hags show back up, maybe they just resurrect all the dead. Just bring them all back.
Okay.
So now you're fighting. Well, that would actually make the 3 hags more applicable than more than 3. Like if you had the 3 and they showed up, and they resurrected all of the dead that you just killed, then that would be it would subvert your idea of what a hag is.
Oh, well, it's fine. We can do that. We can give sea hags the ability to resurrect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
No, see, that's the point, Sid. We're trying to make it not about undead.
Oh, not undead. Okay. Just about...
Yeah.
More like
the
drowning stuff in the Fae. Okay.
Yeah. Like, so these drowned sailors are undead, but they weren't created through necromancy. They gave themselves over to the Fae in the form of the sea hags, and the sea hags rewarded them with this form of eternal life, which just happens to be being undead.
Okay, so it's sort of like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I hate everything I just said. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Erase, erase, erase.
Take it back. Take it back. Take it back. Nope, nope, nope.
No,
Back
no,
to
no.
one. Back to one.
I still
No.
like this. I still like this.
Yeah, no, this could work. This is fun. This
Okay.
is fun. I don't care if we just did the worst Pirates of the Caribbean. Stranger,
remix.
The one with the mermaids. That's the worst. That's the worst.
All right. Well, tell me. Someone in the chat mentioned. I think it was in Choku. The name of the ship. I love it. It's called the Siren's Folly.
Siren's Folly. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's what you kids. That's what you call foreshadow.
Oh, I like it. So, did we decide that if there's a portal, if the portal's open, or is it closed because of the deal they made?
Well, that's the thing. See, the hags held the portal shut, but
Okay.
the hags, in order to hold the portal shut, required the undead. We're going to call them undead. They're functionally undead.
Okay.
The hags would not see them as undead. They would see them as like devotees or
Okay. Yes.
zealots or something like
could
that.
come up with something. Yeah. Used
Yeah. So
the undead.
yeah.
I'll put a little asterisk there. Undeed. Nice, Anne. Okay.
Right. So the hags needed the devotion of those sailors to keep the portal shut. But if the party shows up and just goes hell for leather and kills them all, they've lost what is essentially the foci to keep the portal shut.
Oh, so the portal. Okay. Hags held the portal shut, but used the devotion of the undead sailors to do so.
Yes.
Okay.
So here's the thing. Now, and this could probably still be under twist too. Rewind the clock to 100 years ago when the ship first crashed. Right? Way back then, those sailors were approached by the hags, and the hags said, look, we have got to keep this portal closed, but we can't do it alone. We need your help. It will require a great sacrifice. You will probably have to die, but think of all the hundreds of lives you will save.
Okay.
And the sailors all willingly gave themselves over to this fae.
Okay.
Now,
wait, before you continue, let me ask, are we rewinding it so that the adventuring party has gone back in time to witness this, or is...
Oh, no. This is
This
just
is just the
knowledge.
narrative.
Yeah, this is just
Okay.
the narrative.
Okay, so to
right?
make sure.
So,
Okay.
yeah. It's not. No. We're not just jumping onto the third rail here in the middle of the second act, just to sidebar into 100 years in the past. No. So let's think of it like this. In order to communicate that to the players, perhaps if there's one hag left,
To give it to the players, you have to do this. That's how you go back in time in D&D.
yeah, and Wayne's World.
And wait, always well, yeah.
So maybe the last hag, with either her dying breath or if she knows she's the last hag,
Mhm.
she just gives this information out freely. You
Oh,
fools!
yeah.
You don't know what you've done.
You've just opened the portal.
You're about to. If I can't save things, the portal is about to open,
Yeah.
and she keeps it real vague. She plays plays the pronoun game so that you don't know exactly what she means by the portal.
Yeah.
You know.
Sea Hag remaining gives a cryptic message about needing to keep the portal closed.
Yeah, and maybe what appears to us as cryptic is just how a hag talks, like how
Yeah.
Yoda always talks
Right.
back to front.
Right.
So maybe the way the sea hag sees it, she's explaining it completely, but we just hear it as like cryptic metaphor couched
Yes.
with couched in simile and all this other stuff.
I love it. Okay.
Do you remember the episode of Star Trek where Picard met an alien who only talked in references? Remember that one? Maybe that's how a sea hag talks. Maybe
Sure.
a sea hag only talks in hushed reverences or
metaphors.
or metaphors, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that would be a great idea. I'm just, my mind is worrying trying to figure out how I'd say that, but I can come up with that later.
Well, that's the thing. If you couldn't make this work, like if the person who, neither one of us, just some schmuck on the street picks up this adventure and opens it up.
Oh, then they could do
There's
it.
no. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
anybody could. But you could just straight up have the hag just give this exposition either on her deathbed
Yeah.
or you know, like maybe she's the last one left. She's like, look, this is why you have to stop, this is why you have to leave, and then
Yeah.
she just gives the history.
Yes. Now I want to. I've had a sea hag in one of my stories before. It was in Silent Glare, I believe.
Ooh, you're here.
Hey,
Must be
Lorena.
Time for tea.
And I did the Coven variant, and they have a eye, right? If you read the story about sea hags, or really any coven, they have an eye that
Yeah,
they're
it's
supposed
how they
to
see the future.
Yeah, but they also it's sort of like a
It's the Eye of Agassiz.
yeah.
Well, in the Greek story, the coven, the three fates of the
Yes.
Eye of Agassiz.
Yes. They live in dismal and polluted underwater layers. They attack beautiful things, but there's something about I don't know where it was written that I saw about this. Maybe it was actually in the actual monster manual. They kind of go into a little more detail about the creature. Maybe it was back on Sea Hag. Let me look. But I think
But well, here's the thing. That's fine.
Yeah.
If you can't see it there, we can just write it.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
They could have. We'll call it the Eye of Insight. Or
yeah. And it
Eye of
basically,
Foresight,
if they
or the Eye of Hindsight.
Yes.
Which is 2020.
Yeah, there you go. And maybe holding the eye allows you to see into the past of the sea hags and lets the adventurer see what happened. So maybe it doesn't have to do it on her dying breath. Maybe she could just when they loot the bodies, they find this eye, and whoever's holding it gets this insight into what happened at this place.
And that's the thing.
And that's where the story ends, because now there's a
They lost.
they lost. Yeah, they let the Fey Gate open.
Yeah,
I
so
love
that's
this.
that could be the whole thing. Maybe when they loot this last hag, they find this Eye of Hindsight, but we'll just call it for
Sure.
discussion purposes, and they, you know, maybe they have person in the party that can identify it, and the DM just tells them exactly what it does.
Yeah. Oops.
Then they use it, and they see exactly how they screwed up, and when their vision ends from the Eye of Hindsight,
Yes.
you can actually see in the real world the portal opening off in the distance in the ruins.
In the ruins.
And
Cutscene.
dun dun dun, you lost.
I love it. Hey,
Because
Lorena, we're doing great.
Here's the point. Here's the point. When you write a story, the goal is to tell the story. If the story is that the party fails,
That's okay.
You have still told the story.
It's still
That's
successful.
okay.
Yep.
It's still successful.
Yep. They find the Eye of Hindsight, which causes the bearer to see a vision from 100 years ago about the hag's work to keep the Fey portal, or the portal, open or closed to the Fey Wild. Because of the adventurer's interference.
And and because the adventurer's interference, they could summon everything from like the Wild Hunt. That's a Fey. That's a Fey thing. They could summon. What's the Chernobog? What's the guy? Chernobog? What's his name?
You tell me. That sounds
Fey
that's scary to me. What is it? Spell it.
Chernobog. Chernobog.
Cheo.
Chernobog.
You're coming up with things that D&D Beyond doesn't have any knowledge of.
Well, that's because he's a Slavic deity known as the Black God.
Oh. Okie doke.
I don't know why that cracked me up. But just,
Oh, ready? No, not like a bog in Chernobyl. No, we're not going to go there.
No. A long-standing historic source on Slavic mythology mentions
we'll check that.
Chernobog in the 12th century.
All right.
But there's absolutely no reason that this Slavic deity couldn't exist in Urbanrath if you wanted him to.
I mean, our deities tend to be Forgotten Realms or Greek mythology, but you never know. We can get Slavic in there.
Well, no, hold on. Let's Google this. Let's see if Chernobog has a Forgotten Realms counterpart.
Or a Greek mythology counterpart. Because of the adventures, I knew that was misspelled. Interference. The portal is now open. And I'm not gonna. This is an aside located in the ruins, just to the north of the shipwrecks. They are able to. The party is able to salvage the relics from from the ship now, but at what cost to the realm of Amenrath? Cue the danger music. Bum bum bum. I love it. Your int is too high. Have a beer. That's because if you guys weren't around Monday for Banana Brothers, you missed me singing. So good on ya.
You know what? Speaking of, if you guys weren't around, there's 9 minutes left in the stream. Maybe it's a good time to go ahead and. Do you think it's a good time to give our good news?
I think it's a great time.
Our
huge news. We have got this. I'll write it up. I won't have it done next week for sure because I'm still working on last week's, but I'll get it done. And if you are a patron, you get access to this in the bonus content section of Discord. Hit me up if you are a patron and don't have access to that. I'll get you in there. And you can use it for your one-shots.
And if you aren't a Patreon, what's going on? Come on.
I know, right?
What are you doing?
I know.
It's $1. It's $1.
It's $1 minimum, and really, 7. I only do 7 at the highest, and that gives you influencing the game options for D&D with the Banana Brothers. You can make them sing every week, not just last week.
Do what I did. Join the cool kids. Be a patron.
There you go.
It's gonna be awesome. You'll be awesome. I'm awesome, and we're gonna be awesome together. Being one of her patrons.
There you go. We need a title for this. Really quick before we get into our good news, before the time's up.
How about the drowned and the damned? Because the drowned are on the ship, but the damned are the heroes after the whole story is over.
Drowned and the damned. Oh, Joe, you are on fire tonight.
You know what? They come to me like farts in the wind.
They come to you like farts in the wind. Okay. For how many? 3 to 4 players. With characters, level. Well, a Sea Hag Coven is pretty high up there, if I recall.
I would say 7 to 9, maybe?
Yeah. For this kind of intense battle. Oh, I didn't look up Coven. Sea Hag Coven.
But yeah, but a Sea Hag is 2, so I think a Coven is 3 each, so that's not.
It's not
4. It's not a straight equivalent.
No, it's 4. So that's not too bad. Okay. But we have all these drowned we could use, and they can be kind of tough, especially if they don't have a chance to take a long rest between fights.
Yeah.
So good.
Especially if the Sea Hag goes second, and we're talking about 3 Sea Hags and 3 giant toads. Don't forget,
because they're gonna attack too. Yep.
Yes, and the giant toads can swallow.
That's right, they can. Oh.
So they're everybody's friends.
This is crazy. And then they're going to have resurrection ability, so if they want to, they can pop ones up at the DM's discretion here and there.
Well, I think we should very, very carefully restrict that to
be one
just
each.
Well, I think that we should use that narratively, that resurrection ability narratively, and use it to just kind of like reset the dead, because that's what the hags are trying to do. They're trying to keep the dead alive so that they can keep the portal closed.
Keep summoning the spell that keeps the portal closed. I gotcha. Okay. Perfect.
And I'll look up a Forgotten Realms equivalency for Chernobog.
Okay.
And get back with you later in the week.
Excellent. Okay, so what is our good news? I already know it, but I want them to know.
People everywhere. I am so excited. So, Qyjari and I have tried, or have decided to shift up the format a little bit.
Yes.
And we are going to have special guests. Once a month, we are going to be able to welcome some fantastic people to our stream.
You guys are not going to
They're
believe the people that Joe has contacted to be on this show.
So what's going to happen is once a month we're going to welcome a third guest. They're going to come on. They're going to be with us,
I'll
and they're
put
going
the
to help
picture
us
below
write.
Joe somewhere over there.
They're going to help us write an adventure, and you guys are going to be there with us. It's going to be amazing. So some of the people we've got lined up, we've got Emery, the chainmail goddess. She's amazing. She makes chainmail dice bags. She's fantastic. We've got Dragonborn Doug in March. He's the very next one. That's just March 12th.
I know.
That is right
Just a couple
around
weeks
the
away.
corner.
I know.
It's right around the corner. Dragonborn Doug is a published author on DM's Guild. He's going to come and help us create an adventure right from scratch. It's going to be amazing. Mark Schubert from Ice Cream Dice is going to be fantastic. We've got Andrew Palmer, no relation. He is the head rowdy boy from Chasm Quest, and it's going to be. We've got so many great people lined up.
Yeah,
it's going to be
so
once a
excited.
month. We've got 5 guests ready to go in the pipe.
Already scheduled
And lined up. It's going to be fan-friggin-tastic, and I cannot wait. So be sure to be here. If you're not here any other day, make sure it's March 12th for
Yeah,
Dragonborn Doug.
definitely.
He's a wonderful person, and you're going to absolutely love the adventure he creates. I don't even know what it is. I know it's going to be fantastic.
We'll see what happens. So this is what it's all about, just getting together and brainstorming ideas, kind of getting them down in bullet points, and then putting together a one-shot for everyone to share and enjoy, and just sort of, kind of help that creative flow. I had someone earlier today on Twitter ask Twitter followers how they worked their creative process, all these ideas that were bouncing around in their heads that they just couldn't get on paper, and what format did they use, and how did they organize everything. And I didn't post it on his Twitter because I don't like to steal away a thread for my own self-promotion, but I sent him a private message that just said, hey, on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock we get together for an hour and we do the exact process that you're asking about. He wasn't able to tune in tonight, but he said he'll catch us soon, and he'll catch some VODs. And he was really thankful that this show is available to him for just exactly that purpose. So I was really excited that I could have that opportunity to share our community with him and how we go about putting all this stuff together. And now it's going to be even better thanks to Joe, because he took the ball on this and ran. So thank you, Joe, so much for putting this all together. When I needed
I'm happy
it.
to do it.
I'm happy
to do it. I cannot wait. It's going to be so exciting. And that's the point. That's the point of doing this.
Exactly.
We're bringing in the special guests because we want to show you that literally anybody can do this. I know we both show up every week and we're able to crank out all this creativity, but so can you. Everybody, Sid, Lorena, Rennick, Riley, anybody who wants to create an adventure in D&D can. All you got to do is just jump in, both feet deep in.
Yep.
And just go for it.
And Chuck does it every week with his Ukokna on the Banana Brothers. Every week he comes up with new character traits and new character backstory. I'm like, slow down there, Ukokna. I can't keep track of it all. I have to keep adding cities onto my world.
And I'll tell you what, if you're having trouble writing, if you hit a writer's block, then come here. Yeah. Tune in Thursdays, 8 o'clock. Eastern, we'll be here. You show up and we'll help you write. We'll do yours. We'll help yours.
And
we'll help yours grow.
You know what I also want to just say to people who might be interested in any of the stuff that we've written today? You can take it. You can borrow it. You don't have to ask permission. If any idea came up, doesn't belong to me, doesn't belong to Joe, it belongs to everybody. And we just came up with the ideas. Nothing's set in stone. If you like the idea and want to use it for your own campaign, take it, run with it, write it. If you have a shipwreck, the exact same, if it's called Stonebridge, I don't care. If it's not called the Nicosia Dynasty, I don't care. I didn't copyright any of these names. These are all for everyone to share and enjoy and play with. And just go build your own world with our help. It's fine. So, okay, so who should we raid tonight? Because I'm really bad at raiding.
We should go raid Cell. We should go raid Cell. Cell's live.
Oh, is Cell live? Okay,
Cell.
yeah, let's go raid Cell. All right, let me go to the thank you screen. But thank you, Joe. You've been amazing. I really appreciate you. You've just taken this bull by the horn and just tackled it.
No.
I'm using metaphors.
I'm just a humble co-host.
A humble co-host. You're an awesome co-host. Let me make
Good
sure
night,
this
everybody.
is muted. Yes, and let's raid Cell. Right?
Yes.
I do the backslash, right? Right.
Yeah, well, it's backslash forward slash. Shit, I don't know.
Whatever. All right, I'm gonna mute us now. So let's say goodnight. Good night, Joe.
Bye. Good night.